Yo guys, what is good? It's your boy Jamong here, back again with another video. And today we're going over the 10 best sneakers that you can get for under retail. Alright, so nowadays within the sneaker game, it's really easy to get sneakers for retail. I feel like there's not a ton of limited drops nowadays because, first of all, inflation, so prices are way too expensive for people to be copping right away. And then also, a lot of companies are mass producing, so that leaves quantities at a huge surplus, which means that sneakers are pretty much sitting on shelves at stores, and there are a lot of fire ones that anyone can just walk into a store and just cop if they wanted to. You know, a couple of years ago when I got into sneakers, it was basically really hard to get some of my heaters. Basically, they were so limited and I had to pay resale. I had to pay a good amount too, so that really sucked. I think it's a bittersweet kind of thing because obviously we love the hype. We like that excitement or thrill that we get from a sneaker that we're not really able to get. But at the same time, if I really want a sneaker that I like on the market, I don't have to pay so much for it. And for today's video, I pretty much came up with 10 of the best sneakers that you could pretty much get for retail. And when I say for retail price, you could pretty much get this either online at any retail website, or you could walk into a Foot Locker, a Champs, JD Sports, Hibbett, any of that, and basically get the sneaker that you want. And I just wanted to put it out there that there are a lot of sneakers that you can pretty much get for retail, so the word best is pretty much subjective. You know, you guys might have a lot of sneakers that are not on this list, but that doesn't mean that I think that they're bad. I just thought that these 10 were my favorite. So if you guys want a second video on another top 10 best sneakers that you can get under retail, please let me know down in the comments, because if I see that you guys want it, I'll make it for you. But for today's video, we're going over 10 banger sneakers that you can get for basically at retail price. So let's hop into it. Alright, so the first sneaker that we got on this list basically released like 2 days ago, and honestly I'm really surprised that this sneaker was sitting. I thought that they would have at least sold out, or sold out in most of their sizes, but we do have the Jordan 4s in the oxidized green colorway. Again, I'm really surprised because this is such a neutral and standard sneaker that I thought a lot of people would like. You know, again, that shade of green is pretty easy to wear. You can style it with a lot of things, and it's not something that's too overwhelming. And especially if you're trying to go for a pair of Jordan 4s, let's say you've never owned a pair before and you want one that is really nice, that you can wear with every single outfit, this sneaker is great for you. These are sitting on sneakers and on the Nike website and on Foot Locker, pretty much everywhere that you can get for retail price. The only reason why it's so high at number 10 is because this does retail for a price of $225. Now I know that that's really expensive for some people, but if you could afford it, this is a great sneaker to get at retail price. But nevertheless, here at number 10, we do have the Jordan 4s in the oxidized green colorway. It's a great staple and everyday sneaker. Alright y'all, so on the day that I'm filming this, it is a very special day for me today. It is the 12th of June, so this means that it's my birthday. Basically, I got this in the mail today. I saw this on my front porch, but I did buy this a couple of days ago from a seller. I did buy this used, and this seller let this go for really super dummy cheap. I thought, you know, this was too good of an opportunity to let down, and I wanted to unbox it with you guys. I will have to say though, it is something I already own, but because I love this sneaker so much, I thought I might as well double up. At least on a used pair, this could be like a beater pair. So let's just open it up. Yep. All right, let's take them out of the box. As you guys can see, we do have a box from Reball. And guys, I love this sneaker so much. I talk about it all the time on my channel. And yeah, let's open it up in 3, 2, 1. Sheesh. All right, as you guys can see, we do have a pair of Reball Club C 85s in that vintage green colorway. Now, I already have the alabaster blue one, so basically it's the same thing, but with blue lettering. I thought that, you know, this is an easy cop. He basically was selling it for like 36 bucks shipped, and these go for like $90 new. My beater pair, which is the all white pair, is getting a little beat up, and I could definitely use another pair, and for 36 bucks, why not? So there we have it. We have another pair of Reball Club C's. But yep, that's pretty much it. This is definitely one of the best sneakers to get for retail under 100 bucks. So let's get it.
Thanks.
Alright guys, so you pretty much saw it here. At number 9 in this list, we do have the Reball Club C 85 Vintage. So yes, like I said in the other clip, I did pick up another pair of Reball Club C's in this vintage green colorway. And this is the second pair compared to my alabaster blue colorway. I basically have two, and I love the Club C so much. If you guys have been in the channel for a while, you do know that I think very highly of the Club C's. In my opinion, I think that Club C's are really slept on. Not a lot of people like to talk about them, but I think that Club C's are the perfect staple sneaker for anyone if they're really trying to get an all-white sneaker for everyday use. Now this one is my third pair that I've owned so far, and that's just how much I love the Club C's. Now even though the regular Club C's are a great sneaker and they're very affordable, if you have a little extra cash, go for the vintage 85 model because the quality on this is so much better, and for a price of $90, this is an absolute steal. Plus I don't think it's too played out just yet, and I'm pretty happy about that. I love the Club C's, guys. I cannot express how much that these have had an impact in my life. But just another word of advice, make sure to keep an eye out on markdowns or sales, because while these are already affordable, you can pretty much get them at an even cheaper price if you look closely. So here at number 9, the Reball Club C's. You cannot go wrong with this sneaker. Alright, moving on to number 8 on this list, we do have one of the best sneaker releases of this year by far. And these are the Jordan 3 Crafts in that ivory colorway. Again, this is one of the cleanest sneakers that we have seen all year, and for some reason this sneaker just decides to sit on shelves. Again, you guys already see it here. It's a very neutral sneaker that pretty much goes with everything, and I feel like even in today's aesthetic, this would pretty much go with a lot of fits. Now the only reason why this sneaker is placed so high up on this list is because if you look on a lot of websites, they're pretty much sold out, but you kind of gotta like dig and search through different retailers, and if you're lucky, you can pretty much find your size for retail. But even if you go on StockX or Go, these are going for under retail, so you might even save more money just by doing that. So here at number 8, we do have the Jordan 3 Craft Ivories. I cannot believe that not a lot of people are liking this sneaker. This is honestly one of the best sneakers that we have seen this year. Alright, moving on to number 7, we're gonna try to move into the performance functioning sneakers. And for this one, I actually have two that I'm kind of torn between. And the first one is the New Balance Fuel Cells. Now to be more specific, I believe the newest version is the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel V4s. So I personally have never owned this sneaker for myself. I've never tried it on, but I've been watching a lot of reviews, and a lot of people are saying that this is one of the most comfortable sneakers that they've ever owned. Now I'm not a runner, I don't do competitive running or track or any of that, but I'm always looking for a comfortable sneaker where I can just wear while standing on my feet all day. And honestly, I'm very intrigued by this sneaker because not only does it look very comfortable, it looks very sleek as well. Now I've been told that this sneaker is better for those who like running in them, and that a better sneaker that is more cushioned is actually the New Balance 1080s Fresh Foams. So yeah, unlike the Fuel Cell V4s, I've actually tried these on feet before, and I was really surprised with how comfortable this sneaker was on my feet. Again, I really like sneakers where they're so comfortable and they can look good with any single outfit. I mean, that's why I love the Ultra Boost so much, but I'm really trying to expand my preferences and to see what other brands are out there for me. So I definitely want to try out another New Balance sneaker. So yeah, here at number 7, I would pretty much say it's really up to your preference on what you like in a sneaker. If you like to run, then I would say the Fuel Cell V4s are a great sneaker, but if you're looking for a plush cushion sneaker, then the 1080 Fresh Foams are also a great alternative as well. Alright, moving on to number 6 on this list is another sneaker that I've been talking about, and these are the Adidas Campus Zeros. Now this is another newer model of Adidas that they've come out with, and basically I would say it's pretty much an alternative to the Nike Dunk SB Lows. If you're trying to go for a more chunky or wide fitted look, then this is a great sneaker to pair with a lot of outfits. I personally have never tried on a pair, and I really haven't had much experience with it, but again, how bad could this sneaker be? I mean, it's priced at $100, so very affordable. Yeah, like it's so standard looking of an Adidas sneaker that I think it's a great alternative to Superstars or Stan Smiths. Plus it gives a lot of that vintage aesthetic, so it's great for this time in fashion and in sneakers. So I would have to give the number 6 spot to the Adidas Campus Zeros. Alright, moving on to number 5 on this list. This is another sneaker that I copped not too long ago, basically in my last video. You guys know what it is. These are the Jordan 1 Lows in the Shadow colorway. Now, I cannot believe that these are still sitting for retail in basically every single retail store that you can find. I've basically worn these 3 times already, and they are a great sneaker just to pair with any single outfit. Again, I love that shadow colorway so much. It's so iconic and it just looks so good. Honestly, the only reason why this isn't at number 1 on my list is because of the price point of $140. You know, if it wasn't for that, I think that this sneaker would be flying off the shelves, but not a lot of people want to pay $140 for a pair of Jordan 1 Lows. I'm one of them being, but I got this for a super steal, so I cannot complain about that. So if you guys do want to know more about the Jordan 1 Low Shadows, you can check out my previous video. I think it's doing pretty well. But yeah, make sure to go check out that video. And here, number 5, we do have the Jordan 1 Lows in the Shadow colorway. Alright, moving on to number 4 on this list, we do have a sneaker that I've talked about on my channel before, but no one else has talked about this sneaker, and we do have the Adidas Packer Forum Lows. Now, I've never really heard of Packer as a brand in the past, but when I saw these sneakers released to the public, this was a super clean pair of Forums. Unfortunately, it's not something that I'm going to cop right now just because I already have a solid pair of Forum Lows. I don't think I need a second pair, but I do love this blue colorway here. It looks super nice, but even all these other colorways such as the purple, the brown, and I think there's one more, but I forgot what it was. But basically all these color palettes are insane. I just love the vintage touch to the Adidas Forum Lows, and it just looks great, guys. I think what upsets me is that not a lot of people are talking about this sneaker. You know, I've tried to look up reviews on YouTube, and there has not been a single review up on YouTube just yet. Maybe that's a sign that I gotta buy the sneaker and do a review on them so that I can put you guys onto the sneaker. So even though Forum Lows are not a super hot sneaker right now, I still think that this sneaker looks so good with that vintage touch to it. So yep, this is why I'm bringing it up to you guys on this list, because I want you guys to go on Packer's website right now. So just go on packer.com and then look up their Adidas Forum Lows and let me know what you think of this sneaker, because this is super slept on. Here, number 4, we do have the Packer Forum Lows. Alright, so moving on to number 3 in this list, we do have the Asics Gel NYC. So I gotta say, guys, this sneaker does look a little bit crazier than the Kayano 14s, but I still think that if you're trying to experiment with an aesthetic, this is a great sneaker to own. There are so many different colorways, and I know that on Foot Locker you can pretty much find a couple of good ones for reasonable prices. Not to mention that any sneaker with gel technology is a super comfortable sneaker. I don't even have to try on a pair to know that this sneaker is gonna be comfortable on feet. I hold a lot of high regards for Asics as a brand, and I just love their gel technology. So this is why I thought it was necessary to include a pair of Asics on this list. I think that the side profile on the Gel NYCs might be a tad bulkier than what they're comfortable with. So if you're not a fan of the Gel NYCs, I will have to say there's always the Asics Gel 1130s, which is a great sneaker that you can get at, I think, only 100 or 110 bucks. Super affordable sneaker, and right now on Foot Locker you can get this blue colorway which looks really clean. So again, if you're not trying to go for an $160 sneaker like the Gel Kayano 14s, you either have the Asics Gel NYCs or the Asics 1130s. Both are 2 solid sneakers, and you cannot go wrong with either of them. Alright, moving on to number 2 on this list is a sneaker that a lot of people have been talking about for the last couple of months. Now, these are the Nike P6000s. Now, if you guys are a fan of the Nike Vomeros, this is a great alternative to that sneaker, especially because this sneaker only retails for a price of $110. And if you're trying to go for the premium model, they're only $10 more, so they go for about 120 bucks. Initially, I wasn't really a big fan of how this sneaker looked. I didn't like the whole football aesthetic to it, like the whole stitching part of it. I think it looked kind of cringy to me, but I will have to say, as I saw more colorways, I kind of got used to it, and now I think it's pretty nice. I've also heard that this sneaker is very comfortable. I've seen a lot of people compare them to the Nike Vomero 5s, and I might have to drop a little bit of a hint that these may or may not be coming in the mail in a couple of days. I just want to see what these sneakers feel like on feet and if they are worth the hype, but I think that they're so affordable and that you can pretty much find them in any single store that this sneaker sneaker is one of the best shoes that you can get for retail. So I'm honestly gonna save a couple of my words on the sneaker because I do want to wait for when it comes in the mail. But make sure to expect the video on that in a couple of weeks. So here, number 2, we do have the Nike P6000s. And then finally, at number 1 on this list, we do have the Air Max DNs. Now, this is pretty much the newest sneaker model on this list. I think the sneaker model came out in 2024. A lot of people were talking about them when they first released, and then it kind of subsided a little bit. But I'm still very interested in what this sneaker has to bring to sneaker culture. It's just something that looks so futuristic, and I just love the air units in the midsole of the sneaker. I will have to say that I did try these on in Nike one time, and I loved the way how they felt. It just felt like every single time I stepped into them, there was a huge spring forward. So I think it's great for running, but it's also great for lifestyle as well. So I'm gonna have to wait till the sneaker goes on sale because I do have a feeling that there are gonna be sales on this sneaker model. But once time goes by and more sneaker colorways come out, I'm definitely gonna take a stab at this sneaker. So here, number 1 on this list, we do have the Air Max DNs. It's a new sneaker, and I'm really looking forward to trying it out. But that pretty much wraps up the video for today. There we have it. Those are the top 10 best sneakers that you can get for retail price. But now I would like to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts of the list? Do you guys love it? Do you hate it? Are there sneakers that I'm leaving out? Because if I am, make sure to let me know in the comments down below because I do want to hear from you guys. And if you guys also want a part 2, let me know as well, because let's say I am leaving out a couple of sneakers, I can pretty much add that on to the next video. So again, please let me know in the comments so we can communicate and that I can deliver the content that you guys want. But if you guys like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to hear more from me, smash the subscribe button. Again, guys, if you have watched till the very end, I very much appreciate your endless support. I definitely need the watch hours to hit monetization. So thank you again. So once again, these are the top 10 best sneakers that you can get for retail price today. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!